Before the bugs get too bad in this spot, because they're flying around me here, I wanted to do an excerpt. Can I say the word tonight? Excerpt. Excerpt. That's how I say it. I'm going to read a section of this book in an episode of Just a Girl under a tree, reading a book, asking it to love her. And the book I'm going to read tonight is called The Promise. This is the second book that I've read from this author who is just such a bright light in the, what would you call it, like the healing realm of healing and writing books and self-empowerment and metaphysical and reconnective healing. She is astounding and a very bright light in this world, and I'm so thankful that she's an author. I'm going to read a section where she talks about one way to shine. I saw that mosquito. I felt it too. One way to shine your light out into the world is to practice self-empathy. Not only can we practice it for other people, and she speaks about how empathy isn't the same as forgiveness. Forgiveness, sometimes we're just not ready to forgive people, and another step towards shining your light is to have empathy for others, but not only for others. One way to get there is to have it for yourself. And that's the little section I want to read because it stood out to me. And she has a little paragraph here called The Power of Self-Empathy. And there's a quote that really stood out to me saying, "What we accomplish within us pours out around us." Empathy isn't just for other people, but it's also for yourself. I often share with my clients and students that starting to show empathy towards ourselves can be extremely powerful and even enhance the empathy we demonstrate for others. What we accomplish within ourselves pours out around us. Through self-empathy, we can begin to see all the ways it's hard to have genuine compassion for others because we don't even have it for ourselves. But the divine light gives us insight to the fact that we're all connected. When we villainize other people, it's very likely we're doing the same to ourselves on some level. When we deny the nature of our interconnectedness with others, we lose a sense of connection to ourselves. And she gives an example of someone's story that came to see her to illuminate this perspective that she's sharing about self-empathy. And then she goes on the topic by saying, in exercising self-empathy, we move into empowerment. We hold a mirror up to ourselves that helps us see our own tender hearts and the many ways and reasons we may have faltered, screwed up, lost our way, or done things which we weren't proud. As we shed a light of our own understanding on our actions, we come to see and know ourselves in new ways. We have insights and epiphanies we didn't have before. Finally, we start to see a new way. I got that mosquito. A new path forward. This doesn't come from denial of what we've done, but from the willingness to face ourselves and our suffering and say, okay, I see you and I get why this happened. When we get really good at empathizing our own selves, which takes practice, effort, and a gentle attunement to our own experience, we begin to build our fortitude when it comes to empathizing with others. And she gives an example from her own life and goes on a little bit more before she has some reflection questions on the back. And one of the reflection questions is, if you're engaging in self-destructive behavior out of lack of empathy for yourself, in what ways can you transmute this behavior so that you're actually serving others rather than perpetuating low vibrational energy? That's a lot to think about, and I appreciate the perspectives that she's giving and different ways to look at the topic of empathy. I've never thought about using that word and framing it about giving ourselves empathy, and that's a new way forward to give other people around us empathy. I'd love to hear your thoughts, and these mosquitoes are getting really bad, so I'm gonna check out.